That was incredible.
Hey, if you want to compare Allen Iverson to Fred VanVleet and you won't let me use the advanced stats, let's just dumb it all the way down. Let's go rings culture then.
Let's just go first take style and
Yeah.
just talk about rings.
Who has a ring? Who doesn't? Let's go there. Let's take it there.
Oh my God. Welcome to a One Take Podcast, episode 150.
Woo!
The last podcast ever.
The only movie podcast.
The only movie podcast on the earth that will talk to you mostly about NBA free agency. Because that's, I think, what we actually want to do instead of review this movie, even though I had a good time watching this movie.
Yeah, perfectly fine movie. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm sure I'll come up with something.
I got some things to say about it.
Oh my God. Let's not do that. We're reviewing No Hard Feelings from Jennifer Lawrence and Company this week because we waited too long and none of y'all have seen Indiana Jones, so we're not going to review that. Or I might
None
just
have seen No Hard Feelings either, but yes, let's go.
I will probably never see Indiana Jones, and that's okay.
Me too. Okay, I agree with that.
It's going to be a Royden solo pod. It's just going to be me on here being like, y'all remember Harrison Ford in the 90s? That was cool. All right. No Hard Feelings. Came out a couple weeks ago now. Hard R comedy. They're back, right? This means that they're back?
For sure. We're going to make 1 million of these.
No, it doesn't mean that they're back.
Hey, they never left if you ask Netflix.
Oh, yeah. It's 6.8 on IMDb, 4 trending popularity movie right now. On the brink of losing her home, Maddie finds an intriguing job listing. Helicopter parents looking for someone to bring their introverted 19-year-old son out of his shell before college. We stress 19 several times in this film.
Yeah. No licorice pizza action out here. All right.
She has one summer to make him a man or die trying. 59 Metascore. Written and directed by Gene Stupnitsky and John Phillips. Stars and produced by Jennifer Lawrence. Andrew Barth Feldman, who I think was in, I don't know what else he was in besides, I think, the High School Musical show.
High School Musical, the series?
Yeah, High School Musical, the series, the musical. Of course, you got Matthew Broderick in here for some reason. Scott MacArthur, Natalie Morales, host of comedy character actors. Hassan Minhaj shows up for like 2 seconds. Kyle Mooney.
Yeah, that was weird.
So anyway, this movie's done pretty good business. $30 million on a $45 million budget for a hard R studio comedy. And
wait, they made how much for what budget?
$30 million on a $45 million budget so far.
So they're probably gonna make their money back. Well,
probably
eventually.
What's up?
Hey, buddy.
That's amazing.
Okay. She's been sick and we just got her back. So
she's like, oh, it's time for
my
right now.
Yeah, exactly. No Hard Feelings has a 68 critic score, 88 audience score. Audiences really like this movie, and I think Dex, you can talk about that, and I can talk about that a little bit too. But my theater was full at a matinee showing at 5:00.
Yeah, it was weird. I was not expecting that. I went and saw it yesterday, a Thursday. I guess a week or two after it's come out already. Indiana Jones was the big new movie in theaters this week. There were more people at my showing of No Hard Feelings on Thursday than there were in the Indiana Jones showing at the same time, which was weird.
The critics' consensus, this raunchy comedy often plays it disappointingly safe, actually, but Jennifer Lawrence, comedic timing and dramatic chops ensure that the end results prompt no hard feelings. Sure. Dex, you liked it? I think I liked it. Let's sandwich this like between Tej's obvious hate for not only the film but the star. Go ahead.
Yeah, like Royden said, I liked it. I thought it was cute. It's not the greatest comedy I've ever seen or anything like that. There wasn't any moment where I was like just big hearty belly laughing or anything like that. But yeah, I just a lot of little light chuckles throughout. And Jennifer Lawrence, she played it really well. I thought both leads were really good in this. The story is a lot more heartfelt than I was expecting. You get a little more of the they're both helping each other grow up, like kind of thing, than like raunchy hard R comedy stuff. Even though the raunchy hard R comedy stuff is in there, that beach scene was real weird. But
Okay, yeah, I was just like, what? When I saw in the news that she was talking about that before the movie even came out, I was like, okay, what is this? And then you see it, and you're like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence doing a naked German suplex on somebody is not something I had on my bingo card for things I'd see in a movie theater. But yeah, so that happened. But yeah, I thought it was cool. They, like I said earlier, they didn't have like Licorice Pizza of it all going on. Licorice Pizza, the kid is 15 years old in that movie, and she literally meets him at his high school, and they have a real romance. So I know a lot of people kind of worried about that the whole dynamic being here in this movie too, and it's not. It's played a lot more relatively normal than that. Like it's not, as
It's still
fucking
weird.
creepy. It's weird, but it's not like a crime. It's,
Okay, sure.
yeah, it's not a literal child that she met at his high school. So it's fine. It's whatever. I'll probably never watch it or think about it again after we get done with this podcast. But it was a nice hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, whatever it was, and I thought Jennifer Lawrence was, cute, good. I gave it like a C plus.
Teach.
I'm not that different than Dexter in terms of my grade. I am a D, but I hated this film. The only reason I don't give it an F is because I did laugh at the scene on the beach where she German suplexed someone naked. That was the only time I laughed in the whole movie. I didn't really laugh at anything else, but that was extremely funny. Okay, where do I start? I will agree that you don't get into the super gross territory that is Licorice Pizza, which is an awful film, and we've told you on this podcast many times it's an awful film, and we don't appreciate it.
Stinks, and if you like it, you're weird.
And what I would compare it to, though, is another movie where the dynamics of the movie kept me from having a good time, even if the movie was good. And this movie isn't good, but the other movie I'm going to mention is good, and people like it, but I couldn't get into it because of the premise of it. Call Me By Your Name. Just I could not get into it because of the premise, the power dynamics, the age difference. I just could not get into the story because I felt so weird about it. So I will admit my biases up front. I hate the plot of this film. I hate it. I think it's gross.
What's the situation in Call Me By Your Name? Because I still have never seen it, and probably
the guy that works for his father, and he
it's like his teacher. Teenager. Like the guy's a professor, and it works with his dad or something like that, and he is either joining the school or already a part of the school, and he's like away for the summer, and he meets this man, and this boy meets this man, and there's a love story basically. But because of I just couldn't, and like just like this movie, I knew what the premise was going in. I hadn't seen the movie yet, but when I watched it, I was like, I see why people like it, but because of the dynamics of the two people on screen who we're supposed to care about, I couldn't get into it. I felt the same way here. There's literally Hasan Minhaj's character is like married. He like slept with his teacher, and the teacher got arrested, and then he married the teacher. So they're aware of the fact that like what Hasan Minhaj's character did was illegal, even though he was in high school because he wasn't 19. But they keep telling you that our main character is 19. I actually, and I'm sure we'll get to my Jennifer Lawrence takes, but I actually don't fault her for this movie being bad. I thought she was fine for what she was given. I just don't think the movie is particularly funny. I didn't necessarily have a good time. I thought there were scenes that were really weird, like her crashing the high school party, and then they're trying to do the what do you call that? The 21 Jump Street thing, where all the now in high school the kids are more woke, so she's making jokes that would have been okay when she was in high school, but now the kids are woke,
Yeah.
so she makes a joke about them being gay together, and now they're like trying to.
It's a worse version of the 21 Jump Street thing from a
Yes.
decade ago.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to do that, you better do it better, because that was a decade ago, and at that time it was like, wow, that's like well thought out. Like, oh my god, it would be different. Like, now it's like, oh, it's old hat. I've seen it, and this isn't as funny. But anyway, like, he's in bed with a girl. It's never really explained why he's in bed with the girl, because they're not sleeping together. But also, like, he's in a state of undress, and then she goes into a 32-year-old woman breaks into the room so she can cock block a 19-year-old boy with a 19-year-old girl. I could not get into it from a funny standpoint. And my theater was probably half full, and people were not having a good time. Jennifer Lawrence being naked is not something I expected from this film. I actually was like, why is Jennifer Lawrence, who's a big movie star, naked in this particular film? I don't know. I love a R-rated comedy. Like, I watch Superbad like religiously. I probably watch it like once every 3 months. So I'm fine with a comedy that pushes the lines. But if you're going to make an R-rated comedy in the year 2023, like, it has to be. It's so much harder to make a comedy like that in these times that we live in, because we just view all these things differently. And unfortunately, I'm similar. I view these things differently. And I don't know. I thought her comedic timing was fine, I guess. I thought the male lead, I have no idea who he is. I thought he was fine. It was like nice to see Richie from The Bear pop up for about 17 seconds of combined film time.
Yeah.
But I did
way
not
too
have a good
famous or way too good of an actor to be like the
pop in,
lead.
pop out. Yeah, like give him some lines, like give him some more scenes. He's great. I love The Bear. The Bear is real cinema. Shout out to Richie from The Bear. I didn't particularly enjoy this, and I thought I wasn't going to enjoy this because of Jennifer Lawrence, but I actually ended up just not enjoying it because of what was on the paper. So I can't use this film itself to impeach the resume of Jennifer Lawrence. Although I did not enjoy it, it is not her fault that this film is not enjoyable to me. It was not her fault. I thought she did fine with what she had on the screen. I thought she was funny, or at least like you could see she was supposed to be funny. Not that I was laughing, but some people in my theater were laughing at some of the jokes. So I will give it a D, because I cannot give it an F, because I did laugh very hard when she was whooping ass on the beach. I laughed very hard at that. So I gave it a D.
Tej hates fun. This has been known.
I love fun. I
This
just
has been
didn't have
known.
any.
Just didn't have any.
Hey, Royden describes dating 19-year-olds as fun.
Let's not do this. Let's not start that. What are we doing? Oh man.
Hey.
Okay. Let's
Why would you do that?
let's God damn it. Oh, my God. No, that is not what I said. Tej hates comedy. All right. Anyway, I had a good time with this movie for what it was. They just don't make raunchy sex comedies anymore. They do
At
go
least
out
not
of
in theaters.
yeah. They do go out of their way, Tej, to be like, he's 19. Remember, he's 19. He's 19. He's 19. And you're just
Yeah.
like, okay. All right, we were in with the premise when we bought the ticket. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But I think this suffers from a little bit, though, is like weird pacing with some of the jokes. To me, I don't know if y'all saw this or not. Just like when they would make the jokes, they would almost linger on them a little too long, like they were waiting for you to have a laugh track. It felt like, and instead of making it quicker and we're moving, it would linger a lot on some of those things. I thought the back and forth between Lawrence and you got me thinking of Richie from the Bear, but
Andrew,
Lauren-
whatever the fuck.
yeah, Andrew Barth Feldman. I thought between Maddie and Percy, I thought it was like those are actually really good interactions. Like they really seem to, I don't know, connect with one another. But what I wish would have happened, they really try, and comedies try to do this now. they really try to like lean into the sentimentality of like people in comedies now. Like we're gonna try to make this comedy deeper than just Jennifer Lawrence is naked fighting teenagers on the beach or whatever. It tries to lean into like her dad problems and his anxiety issues and all this stuff.
Being bullied.
Yeah, being bullied in the 6th grade, which you're like, okay, I guess that's formative, I guess. But like it didn't really need to do that, and I'm not sure it quite does it well. So
It doesn't.
The third act sort of slows to a crawl. With that being said, the dick in the finger trap joke was unbelievable.
Yeah, I did laugh pretty
Unreal.
hard at that one.
Unreal. I was like, because they could have been doing stuff like gags like that the entire time, and they really slowed it down to like try and heighten this relationship that you aren't really rooting for to begin with. So, you know, I just
Rain as a second animal now.
there's a cat. So, yeah, I don't know. I just it for what it was, I enjoyed it. I thought Jennifer Lawrence was 110% committed to the bit, obviously. And yeah, I gave it a B- walking out of the theater. I don't know how I feel about it now. I do know that most of the people left from the theater satisfied for whatever that's worth. So, like,
It's definitely
most-
one of those, like, you know, yeah, that was a fun time. Most of the people in my theater were like they're on dates, very obviously.
yeah,
And like, you know, perfect little movie for that.
which is like the larger conversation around, and I don't know, it kind of stinks that this is the movie to have it around, but it's like one of those ones where they put a full court press on to really advertise this movie and get it out there. Jennifer Lawrence is the star. We have the big star doing stuff that she doesn't normally do. This is the summer comedy. When really we used to, even up until, I don't know, Tej, maybe you can back me, like up until like what, 2013 maybe, we had multiple summer comedy. Like I think
True.
they did a rewatchables on this the other day that like This Is the End was quite literally like sort of the end of major studio comedies coming out all the time
Incredible film
in
by the way.
theaters. And look, I don't think it's as dire as people make it, because yes, Dex, they do put out shitball comedies on every streaming service all the time.
Facts.
But none of them resonate really. Like sort of say like Dumb and Dumber. If that came out on a streaming service, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think now the problem with like the streaming service side of it is that they have all these people go make their own comedies where they're the stars. Like, you know, This Is the End. You've got a pretty star-studded cast of people all doing it, but now Netflix is like, okay, we're gonna have Adam Sandler make a $100 million comedy or whatever.
right.
We're gonna give him $100 million to make a comedy, and he's gonna make a piece of shit and just go on vacation.
Go with his friends to Hawaii. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like we'll also have David Spade do a different one, but not be in that other one. And then we'll have Kevin Hart do one, but he's not involved with any of the other ones. It's like we don't. It's too spread out. They don't like just add them up. You know?
Did y'all watch that one with him and Mark Wahlberg?
Absolutely not.
Who and Mark Wahlberg?
Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg?
Oh God, no.
Spencer Confidential or whatever the fuck.
No, it wasn't Spencer Confidential, which was like one of the highest rated watched movies on that service. It was like something basically where he needed to get away from his family or
Me
something.
time.
Like, me time, right? It's like, oh, stay-at-home dad is neutered, but he gets with crazy Mark Wahlberg, and hijinks ensue. It was horrible. It was the most unfunny movie.
There's a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
6?
32% audience score.
It was
Yikes.
so
The
bad.
audience score is 32, man. You have to be a real shitty ass movie to get a 32 audience score.
Very, very bad. It was horrendous. I watched it like over Christmas break with my with my in-laws, and I was just like, this stinks. But I just think, I don't know. I think there's a larger conversation to be had around comedies in general, and I think we probably, had it on this podcast. And it's weird that the weight of comedies get put on this sort of okay by any sort of standards raunchy comedy, but that's just kind of where we are.
I think my biggest issue with this movie particularly is that so there's all these movies we have or rom-coms that we have where they're like an odd couple. Like there's a reason why they can't be together. There's a reason why they haven't been together. It's either because they're best friends and they don't see each other as sexy, or many other reasons why they're like an odd couple. And this person is an introvert, but that person is an extrovert, or this person is the popular kid and she's the nerd. Like we have this lineage of oddball couples who come together at the end because they find common ground, they help each other, and they realize that they can help each other, and they fall in love. But with this, they lean into that same formula, but you can't have the payoff because it's still a 32-year-old and a 19-year-old, and you can't have them fall in love and be together. So you're left without a finish that you typically get in a rom-com, and the finish is that she drives him to college, and then we'll just be friends. And it's like, yeah, fine, but that's not why I watch a rom-com. That's actually not what people want in a rom-com. What they want is to have you show people who you see that they have chemistry before they see that they have chemistry, and then they figure it out in the end and be together.
But this isn't a rom-com. This is more along the lines of a slapstick.
It's
Like,
a slapstick coming of age story.
Yeah.
But see, that's my issue, though. If it is just a slapstick comedy, we don't have to have the thing where you have the whole 20 minutes in the middle of the movie where they go to this nice dinner and she's sitting there thinking about how cool he is and he's singing a song for her and then he sings Man Eater, and then you break up that moment by having the high school girl come over. Like, we actually don't have to do that. We can just stay on the slapball comedy. But when it starts to lean into like, oh my God, like I'm learning stuff about myself by hanging out with him, and I see the value in him. We obviously know that he's going to fall in love with her, and we know that she's not going to fall in love with him. But I just felt like it was weird because you can't have the payoff of that. So I don't know why you paved the road in the first place. I found that whole middle of the movie part weird. I found it completely weird. Like, it's not funny that she's learning stuff from him, but also it's not entertaining. And also, Jennifer Lawrence can't have chemistry with a 19-year-old kid because that would be weird. So we're just left with like, we just got to get through this 20 minutes of serious content before the high school girl pops up and we're back into our comedy. I just thought it was so weird tonally. I was totally turned off by that part of the movie. Like, totally.
Like I said, they do try to do the we're going deeper here thing, and don't do that. And the payoff was always going to be that he was going to find out that his parents set this up. Like, that's how these movies work all the time.
Yeah, you knew that was gonna, like, that's gonna be the reveal we're gonna get.
Yeah, and I think that you can still do that. I just like it would have been the easy decision and the one, but it's the one that makes sense and it works out all the time. And maybe you can't do it after he gets punched in the throat at her, or he punches her in the throat at the party, but just have him get together with the other girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that seems like a layup. Like, just have him get together with the other girl and she blesses the union, and then we're good.
Or helps him do it. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like the easy way out, but it makes the most sense, and they just didn't go that direction. And it felt like they wanted to make like a pivot. You know what I mean? And here we are really diagnosing this sex comedy, but like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to me it was like more like a dual coming of age story than it was like a rom-com. You know, she is 32, but she's been running from her daddy issues for forever, and he helps her realize that or whatever. And now she can afford a car. Cool. And he's like super shy and never comes out of his shell, but now he can because he's had alcohol and he's taken a pill. So, cool.
Well, it's arrested development that we've seen forever with like the switch up is that it's not Seth Rogen who's a man baby. It's now Jennifer Lawrence is doing the thing. You know what I mean?
That's a really good point. That Seth Rogen has made 10 of those. Like he comes of age, they finally get maturity, and the maturity is really like, I'm not gonna smoke weed every day. I'm just gonna like go out and actually get a job and put on a suit, like Step Brothers. Like, we're not gonna actually just be children. Like we'll actually work like 2 hours a day, and then we'll be children for the rest of the day. End of movie.
Yeah, but for her, it's like I'm gonna do the same shit that I'm doing now, just in California.
Right.
And that's the coming of age.
I'm gonna go drive Uber, but in LA.
Yeah, I can finally. My dad's never coming back from the store. I can go to LA.
I also thought he was a dick to her. Like, obviously, it hurt him to find out that she had been betraying him the whole time because this whole thing was set up from the parents. But when they're in the bedroom and he nuts on her thighs, and then all of a sudden he says like the meanest possible things to her.
That's
and
why your dad never
damn.
loved you. Like,
I'm like,
fuck,
God
dude.
damn. I'm gonna come back to visit from Paris, and you're still gonna be here. I'm like, God damn, that's so rude.
I'm gonna move to Paris and do what, you bum? Like,
Not talk to girls.
I'm gonna be living in Paris. Yeah, okay.
I will say some of the interactions that Jennifer Lawrence had, like with the male nanny, was really funny to me.
Same thing you want to do.
I want to fuck him.
I did not see the male nanny coming. That shit was funny. And,
Kyle Mooney, criminally underutilized at Saturday Night Live for like a decade.
That whole first interaction they have at the adoption center or whatever, that ends with him macing her because like she looks like a fucking kidnapper. Just that shit was good. That was funny.
It would have been a lot funnier to me. I think people in my theater laughed. It would have been a lot funnier to me if they didn't fucking do it in the trailer.
Yeah, I didn't really watch that many of the
That's
trailers,
a good point
to be
too.
honest.
No, that's a good point. The whole film is in the trailer. The entire thing.
I also didn't quite find the interactions between her and her her pregnant friends that funny. Like I said, the timing of like the edit was off a weird bit. I don't know. It wasn't as snappy for me as I thought. Like I think those are funny people that she's interacting with, but like it wasn't that great. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
could have been better.
Yeah. I think this also needed, like, I understand it was only $45 million to make. This needed one more famous person besides, like Matthew Broderick, who hasn't been in anything in like 30 years. But like,
they should have made like the mom should have been someone who we like really care about. I feel like that would have been way funnier.
Have y'all ever seen The Cable Guy?
Yeah,
great Matthew Broderick film. I'm obsessed with Jim Carrey. Like as a kid, I watched every Jim Carrey movie, every single one. And I watched The Cable Guy probably 100 times as a kid. Like I know, and it's not even that good of a movie. Like when you go back and watch it, it's like, this is stupid. But I watched all the Jim Carrey comedies, and for whatever reason, childhood Teach was really into The Cable Guy. But that is my Matthew Broderick movie. And so when he popped up, I was like, oh shit, Matthew Broderick is here. I actually did not know he was in this film. Like when I was in the theater, I didn't see him in the trailers. If he was in there, I didn't notice him. And so when he walked on screen, I was like, holy shit, Matthew Broderick's in here. But you
with
did
this
really
weird hair.
You need another famous person. And that I thought to use that as a shot against Jennifer Lawrence before we got on this podcast. But I realized I don't begrudge her for her performance in the film. But you did need another star in the film.
This movie is a lot funnier if like Marissa Tomei or somebody is the mom. Like
if Jessica Williams is her roommate, the movie is at least 10% funnier. Like you need another comedic.
Yeah, she needed somebody to like live in the house with her or something like that.
We saw Elaine make what's that set that Jonah Hill movie and Lauren London. We saw Elaine she literally, a movie that did not have a lot going for it. She literally was just like came out throwing 100, and it was like, this very funny person is actually crushing this shit, and this movie is not good. But when she's on scene, you're going to have a good time. They needed another comedian. They definitely did.
Yeah, I think they just one more famous person would have done wonders for like just to draw you into the screen a little bit because I felt myself pulling back from it a little bit more. But anyway, that's the review of You People. Anyway,
And
do
no
you want
hard feelings.
Oh yeah, and No Hard Feelings. That yeah, the movie we're actually reviewing.
Yeah, I'm glad we
Yeah.
didn't do a You People review on this pod, did we?
We
all
talked about
talked
it, but we
about
did
it.
not review it.
Because
But we had to
movie
talk about it
stinks.
because that.
I think
shit
I
was
wrote a
ass.
review about that one. Yuck.
You went on Tej. You went on like a diatribe of the fake kiss. I remember
The
that
fucking
one.
fake kiss.
The AI kiss is still so offensive to me. So it's jaded me. When Jennifer Lawrence posted up and close, my first thought was, is this AI or is she really naked? I had to think about it for a second. And I hate that they've done this to me with stupid AI. Like we just saw in the last episode, we just saw 9 dead people in that film. Like 9 dead people were just in the film. Hey, look, dead people are here. Now I don't know what's real, what's not. This AI is ruining everything. So I thought Jennifer Lawrence had AI titties at first, but I said, no, that looks pretty real. Those look like real titties. But
Full
I had to
frontal
have a thought.
nudity from Jennifer Lawrence in this. And this is like
in this movie of all films, this
Well, she did it. I think it was Red Sparrow or whatever the spy film that she tried to
well, that's
make.
even
Didn't see it.
worse.
It's
bad.
She did that. It was like for a while now. She's been kind of obviously like her personal life was sort of litigated and and scrutinized in the public, and of course she was a part of one of many famous celebrities, a part of those celebrity leaks like a decade ago, and so she's sort of like since then been trying to like reclaim herself, which good for her. And so I guess this may have been an extra step in doing that, but also I thought it was like the best scene in the movie. So like, it is what it is. I don't know, I don't know why she did it, but it was funny and completely out of nowhere.
Dude, I
did
just saw the Cardi B response to your tweet. I'm fucking dying, bro. Sorry.
Yeah,
Not
women
to
did-
interrupt, bro.
No, that's more important.
I made Cardi B laugh. We signed Fred VanVleet. It is a good day. It is a good day, bros.
Are y'all together now?
I hope so. I'm really hoping so. If she's hearing this, I know she's a listener of this podcast. If she's
Right.
hearing this, Cardi, I love you. I've been a fan of your music since literally day one. I was watching, and at the time where Cardi was becoming a thing, I was watching Love and Hip Hop at that time, and I was like, I'm in love with this ratchet funny lady from Love and Hip Hop. Little did I know that she was going to become the biggest pop artist in the world. But I love her and I want her. And contrary to what she believes, if we did have an affair, I would not tell Offset. I don't even know Offset. I don't have his number. I don't know anything about Offset. I can tell him anything. I don't know Offset.
Yeah.
But he's gonna know you.
That's worth the risk. That is way worth the risk. Whatever he's gonna do to me, it's worth it. That's
worth
fine.
it. Easy.
That's fine.
I'll make that trade 10 times out of 10.
He can tell me exactly what he's gonna do to me, and I'll be like, okay, I'm still gonna hang out with Cardi B. Easy. All she gotta do is let me hold her hand, and I'll take the Offset beat down. I don't care.
Yeah, you be in there like a fucking Percy. Like you just need the thigh real quick.
He said just a sniff, please.
Please. I just need a crumb, Cardi. Please. Anyway, I did some additional film study for this podcast. I rewatched
Was
The
that on
night
the
after-
orange YouTube?
No, not that kind of film study. Not that kind of film study. The orange YouTube is hilarious. I rewatched Silver Linings Playbook last night.
A movie
which-
that we were gonna talk about actually initially, and then I was just like, let's just do a new movie.
Which I think I don't think people will begrudge me for saying. I think it's Jennifer Lawrence's best performance. It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. I don't think it's like Oscar best winner like movie, but I think it's a pretty good time. Bradley Cooper is in it, and Bradley Cooper is literally incredible. So it's hard not to have a good time when Bradley Cooper's on the screen. I rewatched it. I still enjoyed her performance, but it's like, to me, it's the outlier. It's like I've seen her play in the finals, and I've seen her be a good contributor in the finals. but also I've seen her go full Joel Embiid a lot, and so
With
that was
what
my
though?
takeaway.
Like, what's your
I mean,
So-
I feel you
downside?
though.
So-
She got a little playoff Jimmy in her.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, like I
it's
feel
like,
like
you're an 8th seed in the regular season, but like, you know, on occasion.
Come winning time.
Yeah.
I want, and I was literally watching Silver Linings for I think this is my second time seeing it, maybe third time. I was quite literally watching it to hate on her performance. My goal was to find parts of the movie where she's like, she doesn't crush this, and I don't think that she like does a Florence Pugh and goes absolutely crazy. See, if you could put Florence Pugh on a bed, I keep going back to this movie, and it's not because the movie is good. When I was watching Don't Worry, Darling, I was of two minds. I was like, this film is so bad. And I was like, Florence Pugh is so good. Like, the stuff that she's doing is so interesting. It's like 900 levels better than whatever the hell Olivia Munn was giving her. And it's mind-blowing that she could be that good on a bad team. If you put Jennifer Lawrence on the Rockets, like if she was our Fred VanVleet, we're losing. We're not winning very many more games. If you put Florence Pugh on the floor, we might not win that many more games, but it's going to look a lot better. Our offense is going to look a lot better with her there because she's a fucking superstar. And it's not my issue with Jennifer Lawrence is not her acting level. I don't think anyone is running around saying that she's the best actress ever or the best actress in Hollywood. I think my issue is more of the star level of, can I put her at the center of a movie and the movie is automatically better than it would be if I subbed her out with her average white woman replacement. And I don't usually I don't see how I cannot replace her with the average white woman in Hollywood and come up with a similar product. Whereas every time I watch a Florence Pugh movie, whether it's good or bad, I'm like, I don't know if you can put anybody else there. When I see Olivia Colman pop up in Secret Invasion, I'm like, yeah, she's way better than this show deserves. But also Olivia Colman she's fucking amazing. Like, there's just some people that have that star power, and I've never seen Jennifer Lawrence as one of those people, and I think she's overexposed as the leading character, as the big star in your movie, as the only big star in your movie. But this time, I don't think she was overexposed in this particular movie. I just think this movie's not very good. But but it's not her fault. It's not her fault that the writing is weird. It's not her fault that the premise is weird. Obviously, she took the movie, and I'm sure she got paid very well for it. But I watched two Jennifer Lawrence movies with the intention of hating on her, and at the end of both movies, I was like, okay, I can't hate on her based on this performance. So I don't want to just shit on Jennifer Lawrence. I still think that she's slightly overrated as a movie star, but I don't want to hate on Jennifer Lawrence in these two films. I think she does.
I think that era where she was the I'm just like them, like movie star,
The
like,
cool girl.
yeah, I eat pizza by myself and like whatever. Like, watch me fall down the stairs. Like that
I'm clumsy,
era,
just like you guys.
that era of Jennifer Lawrence, I feel like soured a lot of people on her. But
Because we can't like anything. We're just the fucking worst.
if people like somebody too much and you don't already like them, you're just like, ew. Like, you know? So I
It's
think
literally
like that.
gross. It turns your
Yeah.
stomach when you hate someone and everybody loves them. It literally turns your stomach. You're like,
Or like,
wait,
I didn't even
what-
hate
what
her
am I
at
missing?
first. I didn't hate her at first, and everyone was like fucking loved her, and I was like, I mean, she's fine. And then like the love for her just kept going higher and higher, and I was like, no, fuck her, actually. But
No, actually.
It flipped somewhere, and I never understood the flip. But then again, I wasn't like Twitter poisoned until about like maybe 3 years ago. But like,
But yeah, now that's all kind of died down. I'm just like, yeah, like she's cool, you know, like she does her
There's a-
thing. She's
there's
good.
there's a couple things here. Is one, and this is not just our biases showing. I think time will tell this, and it's not necessarily Jennifer Lawrence's fault because she had a kid. She took a break from acting. She used to be in like 3 projects a year because she was in X-Men and all this shit. And now she's like, I'm going to do like 1 movie a year. And that, I mean, I think that's a good playbook, but also because of that, she has since allowed Florence Pugh to market correct her. And that's not her fault. It just is. It has happened to several actors and actresses through time in memoriam.
Well, now
And-
everybody's going to get a break because we're about to have a strike. for
Oh,
the
yeah.
actors.
For actors, right? Yeah.
So now, if you want a
Shit.
break, go take it. Unless you're a
Yeah.
reality TV star, you're going to get a lot. There's a big break coming up for you soon. So everybody gets to
All
take a
those
little
people
break.
from the challenge are like cracking their
Yes,
neck. Like,
this is my time.
The Jersey Shore cast, like, look who's back, baby.
You thought you could live with your failures. Where did that bring you?
And Rob Dyrdek still cashing checks like Bobby Bonilla.
Like Bobby Bonilla.
Oh my God. She got market corrected by Florence Pugh a little bit, especially in the dramatic space. But there was an overexposure. And it happens with a bunch of people too.
And I don't blame them because listen. If I was,
she was in everything.
That would be me too. I'm not turning down anything. I don't even have to read your script. What's the check like? I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be on set. I'll be there.
I would love to be an overrated actor. Holy shit!
Yeah, I'll be everywhere. You want me to do what commercial? I'll do a commercial for that. Sure, why not? I'll show up.
Even like overrated is weird because it's like she was nominated. If you go back and you watch Winter's Bone, which she was nominated for, and she was like 20 years old, you're like, who is this? She is unbelievable. And then you watch Silver Linings Playbook, and I think people's mileage may vary on that. I think Big C critics don't like it as much or think it's a little exploitative.
It's definitely exploitative, but it's hard to. I see how people criticize it, but like it's just like
it's endearing.
It's endearing. It's very endearing, and
Y'all
you're
just
rooting
gave
for
Brendan Fraser an Oscar for The Whale, so fuck that. Like
that's
right.
That's
a great
exploitative.
point. Yeah, I actually did give that man an Oscar. I still can't believe that happened. I literally can't believe that happened. And I like Brendan Fraser, and I still can't believe that happened.
God, that movie sucks. Anyway.
But for a time, she's just going for it, and she's going for it. But then simultaneously, she's in the biggest YA franchise since Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
And there are what, 6 of them? 7 of them?
Four. And then she's in like 4 X-Men, and then she's actively trying to get out of X-Men at the very last one of those films that they made. But like she was everywhere, and like you said, T, just not your fault. Like I too would be cashing X-Men checks. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I've always liked her as an actress. I thought that she has always been, like you said, serviceable, if not good in what she's done. And at times she's gone for like 50. So I don't know where to put her. Now, do I think that we may have to reevaluate what we think about her in her later? And she's only 32. We talking about her like she's like 75, but like, are we going to have to reevaluate what the middle of her career now looks like? Like, I think Sean Fennessy and the people at the Big Picture said that like she's like Goldie Hawn. You know what I mean? Or an actor from the 70s and 80s that did all these comedies, or were the sort of this ditzy blonde in these comedies in the mid 80s. And I think that kind of works for her if you look at her career, and she's way smarter than I'll ever be, like, especially with handling her career. But I just think that, like, you look at her career, that's probably a space that she can carve out that we don't have, you know, anymore, at least.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's kind of tough to decide where she kind of ranks among like Hollywood actresses of her ilk. Because I mean, first off, Emma Stone's been running that like age group since like
Emma Stone is amazing.
She popped up like that cohort. Emma Stone's had on lock for years.
But we're not going to sit here and act like Emma Stone doesn't have some stinkers.
She does,
Sure,
but like
she is
the highs,
she makes
baby.
Weird stuff. I guess Jennifer Lawrence did make Mother, which wasn't as much weird as it was just objectively awful. But Emma Stone has found her. She did the comedy stuff, and now she's in her very weird. I'm just going to be in extremely weird movies that are fucking bangers, and I'm just going to be amazing. And I love Emma Stone. Like I from the beginning, I was like, whoever this woman is, she has got it. Watching Easy A, which is a perfectly fine rom-com. It's fine. There's nothing special about it. I'm like, this particular woman is great. She's in Superbad. and I think that she's very versatile. And I don't think Jennifer Lawrence is not.
Your crazy stupid
versatile.
love, and like
Yeah,
all
like
that happens before you hit like La La Land and The Favorite, and I'm sure she's gonna go off and Poor Things, like
she's gonna go crazy in Poor Things, and
yeah.
I'm there day one. I cannot fucking wait.
Emma Stone, Ben Hur, like so like they're kind of, I don't know, like that they feel like benchmarks for each other in my eyes. Like that's the comparison point. And it's like Jennifer Lawrence, to me, she's not that, but she's still really good, And then you have like your Margot Robbie's entering the scene now, where it's like Margot Robbie is really her. Like, sorry, like I don't know what to tell
That's
you.
who she really got market corrected by, was Margot Robbie, because they are the
that's gotta
exact
be a
same
better one,
age.
'cause and she's been Margot Robbie has been like a quote unquote star of the film more than Florence Pugh has. And listen, Margot Robbie's about to set the summer on fire. Barbie marketing is fucking everywhere, and they're about to put Nolan to shame in terms of numbers. And Greta Gerwig is really her, and Margot Robbie is her, and Issa is really her, and Barbie's going to be the greatest movie of all time. So I like that market correction better than I like the Florence Pugh.
Margot Robbie might finally beat the box office allegations.
Yeah, but if we want to talk about box office success, who was blowing them out of the water? Jennifer Lawrence.
Well,
I mean, yeah. Well,
yeah.
That's because you cowards didn't go see Babylon like we told you to. But we told you to go see it.
No one saw Babylon. Stop talking about that fucking movie. Good Lord.
It rules.
Ugh.
I might watch it again. Not tonight because it's late, but maybe tomorrow.
It fucking rules.
Spend 5 hours on Babylon.
It legitimately would take me 5 hours to watch the movie at home.
Right.
It would, me too, because I would rewind every fucking scene, because every scene is perfect. That's why it would take me 5 hours to watch.
Margot Robbie missing her spot. They're marking that movie. Oh, that scene's so fucking good.
That scene is they're gonna be one of the top 3 or 4 scenes of the year when the year's over. That scene is life changing.
Down everyone's throat.
And then Margot Robbie had I, Tonya, banger, like
absolute banger, low budget banger.
Stunned. She actually not stunned. I don't remember who won for that. Maybe she deserved to lose, but I feel like she should have won for that.
What's her face? Janney, Ally Janney.
Yeah, she won. She won the best supporting. But I don't know who won. Or best supporting. Who won over Margot? Because I know Margot was nominated, but anyway.
And Margot's also really talented, but I think Margot. Obviously Jennifer Lawrence at the box office has made a shitload of money because of X-Men, because of Hunger Games. Like, she's been in some absolute huge IP. And so I don't think, like, the money side, she's definitely made more money than Margot Robbie. But is she a bigger movie star than Margot Robbie? Maybe she's not in that lane anymore. She's not trying to be, but I don't think it's particularly close. And Margot Robbie has, like, I just think Margot Robbie is equally, if not more talented, but like a better movie star. And it's hard for me to describe why I think that is, but I think Margot Robbie is more of a movie star, whereas I think Jennifer Lawrence is an actress who's been miscast as a movie star, and she had to play the role of a movie star, and she's probably going to have more fun in her career and do better projects in her career now that she doesn't have to be, this is a Jennifer Lawrence movie. She can just pop into shit that she likes. That's why I don't understand why we're in this film right now. Why is she do No Hard Feelings? She's the star of the movie. The movie's not particularly great. She's got to carry it, and it's not doing bad at the box office, but it's also not doing good at the box office.
Let's talk about things that she wanted to do. She's made $1 billion. She doesn't have to do, it's just like, I'm gonna go have fun in Montauk.
Yeah, well,
call up your favorite directors and get into their movies and be in the movie for 7 minutes and be the best part of the movie. Like, I would have so much more fun with Jennifer Lawrence's career.
I was gonna say, she did do that.
She did that last year.
In
what?
Oh fuck. The climate change movie 2 years ago now.
Don't look up.
Don't look up.
Okay, you're right.
I mean, she's more.
I was gonna say, are you talking about Causeway? Because no, that's not what happened.
That's a movie I'm never gonna watch again, even though I did enjoy it. I'm never gonna watch Don't Look Up again.
I didn't. I enjoyed Don't Look Up. I was gonna say I did not enjoy Causeway at all.
I thought Don't Look Up was actively bad. Anyway, no. So, what are we watching? Anything new
The
besides?
fucking bear.
Oh,
I
right.
need to get back into it. I need to catch up. I obviously I watched season 1 when it came out, but I haven't started season 2 yet. This weekend it's happening.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be for me
Ooh,
too.
Lord,
I wrote
y'all,
a review about
it
the
is-
first season.
It is real cinema.
Yeah, long holiday weekend out here. I'm.
Oh, that must be nice.
To
Oh, I had a 4-day weekend too. Thank God. Thank
yeah.
you.
They didn't give us off Monday. I just took it off because fuck that. But nevertheless, we out here. So I will be watching The Bear. Been watching Secret Invasion. Actually enjoying it.
Same.
I'm
Same.
liking it.
Same.
Episode 2 was really good. Don Cheadle and Samuel L. Jackson were trading bars, and I'll fuck with that.
Facts. I like
I
spy
wa-
shit, so I'm the target audience. But so far, I'm having a pretty good time.
I watched Extraction 2, which Dex refused to review. So, Tej, you want to talk about it real quick?
I haven't seen it yet. I was gonna watch it tonight. I would like turn down Extraction 2, and I was like, I don't remember shit about Extraction 1. So I thought I was just gonna like breeze through Extraction 1, watch a couple set pieces, and I got caught in it again. I was like, I like watching Hemsworth do this, but he's not making any jokes. He's not Thor. He's just beating the shit out of people, and I enjoy that.
It's a lot of that.
Brethren, I have to tell y'all, I saw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
My God, he did it again. He fucking did it again.
The GOAT.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Crazy.
I don't know what the fuck happened to Tom Cruise a few years ago, but he just woke up one day and decided I am never going to miss again. And he has
Except for lying about movies.
Lying about the Flash, which I'm
lying
still not
about the
over.
Flash. Hey man, he's just out here supporting Big C Cinema. He just wants people in the movie theaters. He doesn't care for what movie.
Sending very real and normal tweets of nothing like a double feature of Barbie.
I'm just like y'all.
So weird, man. And then shout out to Margot Robbie. They just her and Greta Gerwig just copied it. That's really funny.
We're gonna go see Oppenheimer. Y'all should too. Which
I bet you Greta Gerwig was like, this movie fucking stinks. I bet you Greta Gerwig hated it. I bet you she hated every minute of it.
I can't wait. But yeah, Dead Reckoning Part 1, obviously not gonna give too much away here, but it rules. I'm gonna have to rewatch Fallout, which I'll probably do this weekend, so I can decide which one I like better. But it's definitely a conversation. It's up there for me.
Jeez. High praise.
Oh my God, I cannot wait. We're almost there. The summer is here, y'all, and real cinema is back. What else am I finished Shrinking. I think I said that. I'm gonna start watching Platonic after I finish The Bear, but because of the way my emotions are set up, every time I watch an episode of The Bear, I kind of have to take a little break because it's super emotional, but it's incredible. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've been watching.
Caitlin and I watched the Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon, which
how was that?
year. It's not good, but it's good. You know what I mean? Like, Dex, I actually think you would like it.
Probably. I was supposed to review it and just never got around to doing that.
Like,
So.
it's messy teenage drama shit, and it's just like, sure.
They're coming back for season 2 soon if they haven't already.
Yeah.
So.
It's.
I saw Asteroid City.
You did do that.
Is it good?
Yeah, I liked it. I've never seen a Wes Anderson film before, so I don't know how to compare it to his other work. But yeah, it's weird and it didn't make any sense, and I don't know what the point was. But like, I had a good time. Like, the vibes were good.
Welcome to a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, like I was watching it and I was like, are they trying to like send a message here? What's this about? What's the point? And basically in the movie, they're like, there is no point. Just tell the story. I'm like, all right, cool, that works. 4 stars. I liked it.
Sounds good. That didn't do great business, I don't think. And it's also going to come out in a month on digital or whatever.
I feel like
apparently it's his highest like box office opening
was
weekend.
it? I thought it didn't.
I don't think it did like good business, but it did like good for Wes Anderson.
His movies never do good business, but they're also never really that expensive. Well,
that's not true.
That's not true. They are sometimes expensive because of the cast, but sometimes people want to work with them so bad that they just get like Scarlett Johansson will work on the movie for like $9, and that.
Yeah, I think like this is just where we are, but like the Grand Budapest Hotel in 2014 made like $173 million.
In the movie theaters, alone. Wow,
yeah, and like Fantastic Mr. Fox, of course, that's like an animated
that's
movie.
more than Ant-Man. Ant-Man is the reason why everybody at ESPN got fired.
Right.
Ant-Man literally, the Ant-Man was so bad they were like, "No, we just have to actually just get rid of ESPN." It's like, are we going to sell ESPN? It's like, no, we're just going to fire all the employees because
Jeff Van Gundy's going to have to. Jeff Van Gundy's going to have to fight Paul Rudd. Oh man! Hey, just real quick,
it was his biggest box office weekend of his career, but yeah, whatever that's worth.
Before we wrap up, my message, because I don't get to talk about this anywhere. Hey, Rockets Twitter, chill the fuck out. Chill out. I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
Hey, as of this recording, we have not signed Dylan Brooks, so things are okay. Things are fine. Things are absolutely fine.
Oh no! Put that out you've been putting that out into the world too much.
Please, if we beat the Dylan Brooks allegations, I'm going to be talking like we're going to win a championship.
That's a good offseason for me. Just if we sign Fred VanVleet and don't sign Dylan Brooks, that's a good offseason. You know, welcome Cam Whitmore, welcome Amen Thompson, and Dylan Brooks, you're not welcome. Jay Prince is not approved.
Here's the thing, man. We're not. Hold on. One second. We good?
All the animals are attacking Roden right now.
They're attacking each other. We're fostering this dog, and it is unreal. They just go at each other. Anyway, yeah. So you had to spend money. So stop complaining about spending money.
We literally had to.
We were talking about this off pod. The Rockets have lost 1,000 games the last 2 years. Shut up. Stop complaining. Shut up. That's my biggest thing. Oh my God. I don't care.
Just remember how we felt in fucking January when it was like, oh my God, well, someone is in this fucking season. Why is Steven Silas still employed? What are we fucking doing? If I see one more goddamn busted KPJ pick and roll, I'm going to gouge my eyes out. And now
I see Daishen Nix throw it off the backboard another time. And y'all are complaining about another year? Another year.
Daishen Nix is gone. That is a successful offseason in and of itself.
I feel bad, like shitting on a 20-year-old trying to chase his NBA dream, but also he was the worst basketball player I've ever seen. So I don't know.
Dude, get him out of here. Like,
I want him to chase it elsewhere, like in China. China's a great economy.
Go see the world, son.
I heard like Melbourne has a really good basketball team.
Yeah, like the world's big, bro. There's a lot of basketball.
FC Barcelona, they'd love you.
He gonna drop 30 over there in Barcelona, and I'm gonna be like, good for him, Rockets legend, Daishen Nix. But I don't need to see any more of him with the Rockets. I'm sorry, man.
Anyway, stop complaining about years. It's not your money. I mean, kind of is because you have to go to the games to fund the team. But anyway, it's not really your money.
A lot of them don't even live here. Don't even go to the games. They're just mad.
If I see like KPJ season 69 complain about fucking another 30 million, I'm gonna lose my mind. I gotta log off. I'm too online. Anyway, that has been a One Take Podcast. One Take Podcast on Twitter, One Take Podcast on Instagram. Not a bad episode. Dex accuses me of heinous crimes. We talk about Jennifer Lawrence. A shot across the bow early on in the podcast.
Hey, I was just trying to defend my man Teach, you know. That's all.
I do not endorse that statement and never have and never will. Thank you very much.
Just got to make that clear.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Dex, by the way, coming up.
Appreciate that. Big
it's coming.
28.
It's coming. 28.
Are there famous 28s? It's my Adrian Peterson year.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Give me another 28, man. What do we got?
Famous 28. Hold on. Famous NFL 28. I don't know if there's anybody. Marshall Falk? No. I mean,
Darren Woodson.
does Ronaldo wear 28?
You were 7.
No,
he
that
did.
I don't know why that popped up. Best jersey of 28. Yeah, I'm not Marshall Falk.
Yeah, my Marshall Falk here.
There we go.
Sure.
I like that
Okay.
better.
All right. So happy birthday to Dex. You can follow him at Lord Dex Hinton. You can follow Tej at @les_humble Tej. They are pumping out Slander You content. And you can follow me at Roy Nogletree if you feel so inclined. Thank you for liking, downloading, subscribing. We really appreciate that. Do it or don't. Sure. Thanks. That'd be great. Or do. But anything else before we go? Dex, what are we doing?
Hashtag support Florence Pugh.
Is our next movie going to be Mission Impossible? Is that happening?
Yeah, I may actually do Indiana Jones with another guest, but if y'all see it, let me know. But I think it's going to be Mission Impossible.
I've been hearing mixed reviews about Indiana Jones, but nobody has said it's the worst movie ever, which I thought
we're going long. But they fucked up when they premiered it in front of all the hoity-toity people at Cannes. Yep. And you're just like,
yeah,
why did you do that?
This is not a Cannes movie. This is a summer blockbuster.
You know what I really need to go fucking see because everyone says it's the best movie of all time? Past Lives. Yeah, everyone that I know who's seen Past Lives has been like, oh my God, this movie has changed my life.
I'm going to
go check it out.
You liberal elites in your major coastal cities can get it. Not I.
Katie Mills Mall, baby, showing Past Lives.
Real quick, when you said that you had to go all the way to that other theater to see that movie, I wanted to slap you so bad. I was just I gotta go all the way to this other theater across town to see the best movie of the summer.
That drive was an hour. I was like,
yeah, then I looked on the map and I was like, that sucks. Like that actually does stink.
It's all like literally on the other side of Houston. Like could not be further away and still be in Houston.
Right.
But worth it.
Well, good for you. One more time, Dex. What do we do?
Hashtag support Florence Pugh, baby. We out.
We're out.